Okay, so we have an extra large and then all 6 of the other tags. So now I've got all the mats inked, and now we can just put them on, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do with those couple that I mangled. It was one of those printed sheets that was 12 by 10, and I wasn't paying any attention, and I went right over the white edge. It's not perfectly even, but it's on. Okay, the next one is this one. Okay, so we're on to pages 8 and 9. So for this one, I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm trying to keep this one less bulky. I'm going to put this large tag in this top pocket right here. You can leave that sticking out if you want. Maybe even put a flower on that. Oh, I like that. So that will go there. I forgot that I'd used this on the first page, so I'm going to run that along that edge there. And then here we're going to have, I'm not doing anything with this flip page. Both sides have pretty flowers and it doesn't need anything else. I'm going to have that tag and then this envelope. This envelope I printed at 90%. I like to do my envelopes on printed paper because then I'm not adding more bulk by adding layers of paper on top of the envelope. So I'm just going to poke out a couple of holes here. That's all of them. Yep. Okay, so we will score this. I find it much easier to use the pattern paper for envelopes. This one, oh, it does have printing on the inside, or design rather, but that doesn't matter. Whoops, almost too hard there. Now the nice thing with this, well, I guess it isn't white on the inside. I was going to say I could use the Velcro closures, but that's not going to work. So I will just use some pink. Well, it might not be able to with that fold. It may just be left. Oh yes, you can see where I went to town there. So this one might have to be inked. And there's the envelope. So I'll put it together and then I'll just ink the outside of it. So we'll get some tape. Okay, so I went ahead and I made a mat and put it on the back, and that will just slide right in there. We'll just leave it sticking out like that. So very pretty, and now it's got a mat on the back. So now on to 10 and 11. So for page 10 we have this big pocket. So this I've never done before, but I was going through some old family albums and I thought, well, this is pretty neat how they used to come like this. And this photo is from January of 1956. So January in the water, I'm not even sure where that was taken. I thought it was my father, but I'm not too sure about that now. Yeah, not sure. He was born in 1940, so he would be 16. But anyway, so I thought we could use the tags. So what I'm going to do, I'm only going to put a cover on the first one. So let's glue it down. And let's hope what I'm seeing in my head actually comes out in paper. Oh, I think my husband just came in. Hopefully he stays downstairs and doesn't come up. I must say I've been getting better with the glue today. Haven't had a whole lot of accidents. Okay, just make sure that's all spread out. No, it's not quite even, but we'll have to live with that. So what I want to do now is take and score these. So I'm thinking if I were to score them at 4 3/4. That's my tool. So 4 3/4 would be right here. The weird thing is these were all cut out using the same SVG, but for some reason they're not the exact same size. But I don't think it's enough that it's going to be noticeable. So 4 3/4. I've only done 4 because I don't want it to be too thick. But if you have a big expandable pocket, which I wish I had done an expandable pocket in this one, then it would have been perfect for that. So now what I'm going to do is put glue all up here, and then I'm just going to glue that part of them together. And again, I did not ink these, just the mats. Lay that one right on top. Guess I should have folded those first just to get them used to folding. Like I said, I haven't done one of these before. Let's fold these ones. And give them a good burnishing both ways. Okay, now we will continue gluing. One more. Okay, that's done. Now, what I want to do is punch a couple of holes. Okay. So I have these nice, oh, I guess I should have, yeah. Oh, I guess that's where it's going to be. Should have thought about that before I did my scoring. So, I want to punch holes here and here. Okay, where are you? My crocodile. What did I do with it? Those are my punches. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, right in front of you. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, we don't want a huge hole. So, that's one. Where's the other one? There you are. Two. Okay, now we'll get some brads. Hold that in place. These ones are too small. Okay. Not those ones. That's the other one. Oh, they're gonna be big. Oopsie. Let me see. It's the right color. Yeah, that's too big. Yeah, I think you're going to go right through it. Oh yeah, they're way too small. Okay. So, what do I have? These ones might work. Tiny little flowers, they're the same color. Yeah, that'll work. There. Yeah, that'll be okay. Everything else I have is too big or too small. color matches, so that's a big plus. Okay, now this one I will just glue over top. Ooh. Oh, might work too. Just loop it in. This one around. The shorter end. See if that works. Oh, I like to make things difficult, don't I? No, not the short end. It has to be the long. Okay, so we have page 12 and our cover to do our inserts. So let's start here. What I have for here are, let's go with that. I'm getting claustrophobic in here again. Too much stuff. Okay, let's move you. So I have two of the rectangles with the outer mat and the center mats. Okay, so those are going to go into this pocket. So we will just quickly put those on. Oh. All these little lacy pieces, oh boy. Just do little dots. Don't need to cover the whole thing, you just need enough to tack it down. And it takes a bit. Feel free to fast forward. Getting a little heavy-handed. Almost there. Well, safe to say we're going to have some mess. There's no other word for it. And of course it's going on to a dark brown. Oh well. Stay right away from those edges. No point in putting more in there. Okay. Maybe some of it has had a chance to tack up. Whoa! Yeah, that's some glue there. Well, might as well just do that all the way around, and then we'll grab the eraser. And where's my brush? Yeah, should have waited with the eraser. That was a little bit damp up there. Oh, and the next one's even smaller. Might have to think of something else with that. Okay, not as bad as I thought. Could have been worse. I'm going to have to soak my little metal tip. Even though this is directional paper, you don't have to worry if it's right side up because it's just a tag that you can switch its direction. Okay, that one is done. Now, oh, yeah, look how fine that is. Well, yeah. Scrap piece of paper. First it'll work. See if this will work. I'll just dab along the edge. Hey, it might work. You'll have to do it quickly. And I would get your dauber soaked right away too. Aha! And it worked. Well, I'll be darned. Okay. Going to go get this soaked in water. I'll be right back. Okay, so my dauber's all cleaned up and good idea. Notice you never get a good idea until after you've made a mess. Don't know why I turned it. It doesn't matter. Oh. Goodness. Okay. Okay, so those are the two tags that are going into this pocket. Ooh. Ah, make sure your corners. Oh, really? are glued in place. Okay. That one and that one. Oh, that looks pretty. Okay, now for this pocket, I have the scallop bordered envelope, and I cut this at 95%. And I forgot that I'd cut it at 95%, and I cut these out at full size, so then I just trim them by hand. So let's start. And this is non-directional paper, so we should be okay. Definitely need to get my little metal tip cleaned out. These bottles would be ideal for Fabri-Tac. I may not have cut those the way they should be, but that's okay. It's all covered up. It's all good. And do we go here? Do we go there? I think maybe you're there. Yeah. Okay. So once we're done this, I think I'm going to use some of that trim again. I haven't used it on a curved pocket, so I will do that. And maybe add a little bit of the pink bling on the front page. Or the top flip page, rather. I guess I should keep all the dark edges this way. Well, considering I trimmed them by hand, they all seem to be the same length this way anyway. Width isn't quite right, but we'll live with it. Okay. Just take our tape off. Now we'll leave the tape, we'll take the cover off. And we'll just fold that down. And there is our envelope. And it is going in here. I like them at 100% for in a belly band, but in a pocket I prefer them at 95%, but that's my own preference. I think I've added another layer to these mats as well, so you can have one more layer after this one if you wanted, again, for putting under belly bands, or don't know that it'd fit in the pockets, but it just gives you one more layer of color if you want, and makes your tags nice and thick. And this one's really quite thick with just the 3. Okay. Don't like that end. Okay, fabric scissors. There we go. Okay. See how long we're going to need it. And I just picked this up at a local surplus store. Well, it's a place called Lens Mills. Oh. Cut it there. Maybe we can stretch it along. I don't like cutting in the middle. It just unfrays. Whoops, knocking everything over. Okay. So after this, we just have our covers. Decorate the front. Thinking of incorporating mini envelopes, like make a stack of mini envelopes and have some flowers, maybe a tag, maybe one of these ones. I will take some time and play with that, and then when it's done, I'll be back to film it. Not when it's done, when I've decided what I'm doing. Don't like how this comes undone here. Oh, need to cut those off for sure. Slide this down. Hear the pitter-patter of puppy feet. Okay, and where's my pink? Like that. Alrighty, I was going to put it okay. That feels better. Now, can I get it? Yeah, I think I'll do it right, kind of in between. Until you firmly press these down, you can adjust them. And we're kind of in the middle, but where's my minis? And do it here as well. Got two halves, so we'll just make do with those. Ah, that one ended up perfect. I guess it's all on how close together each of the little gems are. They're not always perfectly done. If you can't find these in the dollar store, you can get them at AliExpress. So that is those pages. So I will contemplate what I want to do. Might put another flower there. Yeah, I think so. And what I'm going to do here. Okay, I'll think about that and then I will be back. Thanks for watching.